Well, more for the celebrations for Manx Radio and their 50th anniversary. We've been tracking down those people who've worked there over the years, especially when I was there, because Tracey Perkins.
Hello, Paul.
How long's it been?
Ooh, I think it's been about 27 years.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I mean, you came in as
28 years probably.
Is it really? You were the afternoon presenter, I think it was.
I was. I did the programme called Roundabouts,
yeah,
which originally I think was from 2 till 4, and then they shuffled me back to about 3 till 6 or 4 till 6 or 7. I can't remember. But you, of course, were responsible for showing me how to twiddle the knobs.
Because in those days it was still those sort of knobs, wasn't it?
Pots? Were they
pots?
called
The pots. I mean, it was a really very old studio in those days.
Yes, it was.
And you had no experience. You had to come in and learn.
I just came in and learnt because my previous job I was teaching. When we came to the island, there were no teaching jobs. And I don't know whether you were around at the time, but from England, I made a demo tape for Manx Radio. But I got my husband Martin to read the news and I presented music. And unfortunately, they found someone who already had experience. Oh. But then at some stage, I can never remember the order of things, but I know I did some commercials. And then
one thing led to another.
Yeah, someone rang me up and said, hey, fancy doing your own programme?
What was it like, though, radio in those days? Can you explain it?
It was lovely, actually, because it was the only local radio station on the island. And all the presenters got on really well. At least they did to each other's faces. It's a bit of a soap opera behind the scenes.
But it's a very small amount of people, wasn't it?
It was small, and people were very friendly and very helpful. And you really felt close to the community, not in any flash showbiz way or anything like that. But no, you really felt part of things. And it was lovely when people rang up and you could actually engage with them.
Yes, because that was probably one of the first stations where people rang and actually got hold of the announcer.
Yes,
on air,
yes.
So I know you kind of not in broadcasting anymore.
No.
But what do you do these days?
Right. Well, after Manx Radio, I had my twins, as you know.
Yes.
Nick and Em, who are now 30. And Nick's off in Australia. Emily's in the police. And I was teaching. I taught at Manor Park for about 9 years, and then I taught at Laxey for about 5 or 6 years. And then I suddenly thought, I think I'd like to retire early from teaching. And at 55 you can.
Fantastic.
Right,
don't look it.
And so I've been doing all sorts of things, and I'm very interested in arts and crafts. And I've been doing lots of mosaic work. And then I started to show a group of people at a wonderful place called Next Step, which is in Derby Square, how to do mosaics. And then I was told there had to be a little job going there.
So you're keeping yourself busy?
And so it's all just coming together. Yeah, I'm doing that and looking after some of my friends and enjoying socialising with my friends, just catching up, but getting in touch with my creative side. Fine.
But it was fun, wasn't it, then, the broadcasting part of your life?
Oh, it was. I loved it. I mean, you know, there are all sorts of funny stories.
There are. I'm not sure how many we can mention here. You were quite... I remember teaching you how to use the equipment, and it was an interesting experience, wasn't it?
Yes, I think there was a little bit of a problem between hands and mouth, because, I mean, it is hard. I don't think people realise. Your brain's got to be thinking, you're looking at the clock, timing everything up, you know, to where you want it to be, and doing things with your hands.
Well, we've got some old pictures. None of you in the studio, but various presenters like Andy Mack here and sort of thing. But of course, you're pushing in carts, you know, for all commercials.
Oh yes.
You're running around a lot.
Yeah.
And
no
doing
one to
things.
help you.
Now it's all on computer.
Yeah. And I mean, you had no producer.
No.
So you made up all your own playlists, and the only thing you had to stick to was. Well, I suppose there was a bit of a restriction with the kind of music.
Get the commercials out there. We had to.
But it was the commercials.
Yes.
It was the commercials.
Live
so you
reads
had to make
as well.
sure live reads. And I remember I used to time some of the music, so I knew when it would stop, so I could. I got better at this. I think. I hope.
Back timing to the news.
Back timing to the news, yes, and it was such a thrill.
You wouldn't
when it's
you wouldn't understand these days. It's all so simple with computers. It does it all for you. I mean, it's much simpler. But anyway, nice of you to join us, and who knows? It'll probably set some people off going, "Oh yes, Tracey Perkins." She's still around, still.
Yes,
here
no,
now, man.
we had good times, Paul. Very good times. Can I just say one thing that I remember?
Yeah.
Because you were involved with this, and I was interviewing someone for the Samaritans on the island, and sadly they were talking about suicides and not very pleasant things. Anyway, so I thought, oh dear, the conversation has gone down a bit. So I thought we need to lift it out. And I had, do you remember? I had on one of the decks the James Bond themes, and it was Live and Let Die.
I was sitting outside and I heard it, and I came in the studio and went, and you just went, oh.
And you said, the switchboards will all be lighting up. And no one did.
No one did. But anyway, there you go. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
talking
you,
about
Paul. Lovely to see you again.